No, John, I'm not going to skin a cat. Oh,
I
hey
mean,
guys.
I'm just saying that, there's more than one way to do it.
We have a lot
So
of
we've
ways of
heard.
doing it. So we've heard. We won't go down that path. This is
That's
a
maybe
family
for a
kid
different
show.
show.
This is a family kid
I
friendly
don't know
show.
that this is a family kid friendly
Is it?
show.
It's friendly.
I don't know about all
No,
that.
It's friendly.
it's not the Super Bowl
We are
halftime show.
friends.
Yeah, but there's
We
I think there
it's funny.
What?
I don't think it can be a kids show if F bombs are dropped.
Well, that's not my fault.
I mean that.
Well, okay, but I'm just saying, like,
Well,
I
I
think
mean, how many?
PG-13 gets one.
Yeah, how many? There has to be a certain amount that pertains
No,
to.
PG-13 gets one. Anything below
Really?
Oh, yeah,
PG-13 gets
that's right.
0.
Yeah,
Is it just one?
I
Just
think
I
one.
thought
so.
it was two.
Unless we have a South Park episode where it's just free. It's like you get that one day of just like unlimited bombs.
Which is great.
Shout out. That was a great episode.
That was a good
That was
one.
great.
That was
All
good.
right.
I like it.
Welcome back, everybody. Yes, I hit record second time. We are talking about the Misfits, which I'm very happy to see. I think this is a little difference from going from Megadeth to Misfits. It's in the M's, I guess. But you can see why this band is very important to Megadeth and to the thrash community and heavy metal in
In
general.
general.
They are a very important band, and I'm really glad that we get to talk about them. But also, we're going to talk about punk rock. Shannon, we're going to teach you a little bit about punk rock, which
Yay.
I think you're going to get it pretty quickly. You're going to understand that you've heard so much music. You're like, oh, they are, Misfits are the godfather of one of the godfathers of punk rock that started back in the 70s. And you got to remember punk rock is kind of, it's loud, fast, stripped down, no frills. It's just in your face, raw energy of whatever they're singing about. And a lot of times, I feel like punk rock really is that part. And then it goes into with the government. I think government's a huge thing, which we could say Megadeth kind of took
Mhm.
from it too.
Oh, sure.
Re- I feel like it rejects trends that are happening around the time too, which a lot of metal is against, that happy-go-lucky stuff. They want to talk about darker stuff. And I think also too, really big thing for me, punk rock is authority. They go against the status quo. You can't tell me what to do. Government this, government that. And um, I feel like punk rock is in so much. Not really just pertaining to the music quality, it's the attitude of it. It's being very punk rock. It's like, no, you're not listening to it, but you have that feeling of punk rock, like against everybody and for yourself. And it's a very DIY, sorry, do it yourself type of attitude. And I uh, what's the word I'm looking for? It attracts me to it.
Appreciate?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. That's where thrash metal took a lot of the punk rock vibe into their music. The raw, unadulterated, fast, and thrash metal to me has more musicality than punk rock. I feel like punk rock just sometimes can make a lot of sound, and you're like, "What is going on?" But when you hear the lyrics, you're like, "Oh, you're being chaotic because of the situation and stuff like that."
Whatever you're
Yeah.
mad about today.
Yes. Punk rock you can put in any genre. It doesn't have to be what they play. It's the attitude of against society or against the trends of what's going on and being true to yourself. Very, very true to yourself in a way.
So you're
Um,
saying punk rock's all about the vibes,
very much.
It
all
is
It
about
is
a
the
vibe.
real
right up.
their little feelies.
They are. It's
Mhm.
all about their feelings because they want you to know um, how they feel. And music is the extension of yourself or extension of society or your upbringing. There's a lot of sides to it, and punk rock was. Um, we got to quit being these happy-go-lucky hippie flower people type of things, and we need to show the darker side of life. And I feel like punk rock does that very, very well. Sometimes it's gone down the wrong path, and you know, it, and let's kind of segue ourselves into the Misfits, which to me is horror punk, where it takes the punk rock vibe, which we listen to all the albums and we're going to talk about them, but it it's all horror, and most of it's horror related, or the horror of society in its own way, in some songs that you could tell. Um, which let's go ahead. Let's get into the bio of the Misfits, which I feel like everybody knows the Misfits. I show you one picture, you're like, Misfits. They're so iconic.
Even me who knows zero music.
Zero.
Zero.
And this is a perfect opportunity to feel. I went down the path a long time ago of, okay, these bands I like, they talk about these bands. I need to know what they're taking from them. And this band in general, a lot of people. I mean, everybody knows Misfits.
So much influence from these guys.
So much.
So many people.
And, being with the Godfathers of, they started the horror punk, which the two combined is pretty cool in my book. Being with that, starting, they started back in 77. They really didn't have the look yet, but they definitely had the horror element in the first albums. And as they progressed, it got to a certain standard. And you kind of look back in the day when it first started. We're going to talk about these albums. You're going to notice three different starting points of bands and different genres, not genres, different paths of the band throughout the years. So being with the Misfits, it's talking about punk rock. They just took punk rock and put horror in it, and that's pretty much the Misfits. It's very cut and dry, to be honest, and that's what I love about them too. In some way. When I first heard the Misfits was through Metallica. That's how I learned, and I think James Hetfield actually quoted them a lot, and they had their shirts, and I'm like, oh man, that skull is really, really cool.
And like Cliff Burton, which happy birthday, Cliff, today.
Hey, good job. Yeah. Yeah.
As we're recording this, he had the Misfits the skull tattoo on his shoulder.
That looked pretty cool too.
I think it was
like his bicep type of.
Yeah, it was like it was up here. It's 50-50 on which arm, because I don't remember. And maybe Cliff, his left arm. Anyway,
and Cliff always had good taste in music, and they relished Misfits, and shout out to Metallica for that. They kind of helped them out, to be honest. And I'll get into that, during the time or whatever. So,
because there's one, two, at least three Misfits songs that they have on record.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recorded.
That's right. And a lot of people have always covered him, in a certain way. They always did.
Yes. People have covered them. We'll talk about it when we get there.
Okay. All right. All right. Shannon?
Because I have questions about that.
So. We have questions? Okay. Are we ready to spin the wheel? Ready to do this?
Let's go.
All right. Shannon,
I'm ready.
You get the first one.
Excellent.
Yes. Which we only have 7 albums, so that's pretty cool, and
Shannon gets to go 3 times.
Oh, I guess we're gonna talk about it now.
Oh, maybe I should not have gone first then.
No. Yeah, no.
No, we're not gonna talk about it.
We're not gonna talk about it?
Famous Monsters, which kind of goes in line of the second fruition of Misfits with a new singer. Glenn Danzig, it's gone. This is the second album with Michael Graves, and the last one, Michael Graves. We have to remember that too. Shannon, what do we think about Famous Monsters?
So I would just like to say, I'd like to reiterate.
Sure.
I don't know anything about music. Okay. All of my ratings are all based on my little feelies and have nothing to do with whether the band is actually good or not. That being said,
okay.
This album was painfully long.
Yeah.
I wanted to skip it. So many songs. So many things.
Okay.
Solidly in meh for me.
Okay.
Like I was just I don't know if I just
You didn't connect with the songs at all?
I did not connect with anything.
Okay. All right.
It was so long. It felt so long.
It felt so long.
It felt so long.
I mean, I don't know that I necessarily agree with it feeling long.
Okay.
I don't like Graves's voice.
Okay. That is, hey, that's legit. You know, I hear you. Okay.
I don't know what it is. The instrumental tracks are the bookend instrumental tracks are cool.
Kong at the Gates, Kong Unleashed, or whatever. And
Kong at the Gates was actually Vampiro's theme entrance music in like WCW back in the '99.
Yes, it was.
And actually, I believe Jerry Only has a win over somebody from that.
I can't remember because he did a top rope.
It was like a steel cage match, I think.
Yeah. That's when Misfits were huge again, because Vampiro, they brought them to wrestling, and they were like, they marketed themselves, again, because that's when wrestling was the highlight of everybody's life at the time. And WCW was trying to do something to get more fans to watch them, because WWF at the time was kind of taking over.
They had finally like switched gears and with the Monday Night War.
So everything. Shannon, what was your rating out of 10 on this? I'm guessing a 4.5, 5, 4. What about you, John?
Yeah, I gave it a 5. I just like the Saturday Night song that's on there.
Okay.
It's like it reminds me of the like just
50s doo-wops.
Yeah,
that's going to be a big theme in this. If you think,
which I understand it, even in the earlier albums they had that, but it was just like quadruple speeded.
True. Yeah, they took the BPMs.
So this is more like in the heavy metal range, I guess.
Metal-esque.
Yes. Metal-esque. Yeah. And there's one particular song that was, I believe it's track number 4.
Dust to Dust.
A little ditty called Dust to Dust.
Sounds familiar, doesn't it, buddy?
Sounds a little familiar. I must say, I like the cover version better.
Yeah. So my old band, Shannon, we used to cover Dust to Dust. That was our actually opening song almost every show, because it got the place. It was a good song. The reason we picked that as the opening song, and this is kind of me being selfish, that's how I warmed up my feet, because it's a one kick. So I would change my feet during the song. So when we get into the ride, I'll go to my left foot. When I get into the hi-hat, I'll go to my right foot. That was a warm up. That warmed us up for the show in the show. It was kind of a trick we did. And I told them that. They're like, oh man, that's a really good idea. It's such a simple song. There's no solos. There's no complexity. It is 4/4 on the fucking floor. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
a quicker version. This is my number one. This album's my number one. I will say, back in the day, I can say back in the day, about 25 years ago, sorry, when I was in high school, about 21, 22 years ago, I used to crank this album in my car, going to school or out of school. This album made me like the Misfits a lot. A whole lot. And listening to it again, it brought up a lot of feelies. It brought a lot of feelies. And I'll be honest, I give this probably 8.5 out of 10 personally myself. I was at a 9, and I'm at 8. This is the best album for me. I would have put this in high pitching, maybe even shredding. I know it's kind of crazy to say that, but that's just me. That's just me.
Well, you always have your little switcheroo at the end.
That's right.
Yeah, that was my question. And that makes sense for like warming up and everything. Because I was like,
warm up.
I didn't want to throw certain parties under the bus, but I was like, well,
they don't watch this.
It was probably, again, it was an easy song, not many.
It was.
Too many
chord progressions. No, it was a solid, and that's what, when we get into more of these Misfits, let's go ahead and spin. John, you're up now. These songs, the complexity is not that hard. The speed is the hard part. It's keeping the BPMs. But other than that, don't get me wrong, Doyle and the guitars rips, and stuff like that. So
he was bass, right? Like
no,
Jerry only. Jerry only is
the brothers. They're brothers.
Yeah.
So
didn't his other brothers start too at some point as Jerry Other?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I feel like it was his younger brother. It doesn't matter. What are we doing?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Walk Among Us.
Yep. Walk Among Us. So it's kind of strange how people look at this album as the starting album. It's not. This is their second album.
It's the third album they recorded.
Well, it's the second album that was
It's the second album. If you count 12 Hits from Hell, that's the third. But
we gotta go studio.
Static Age is first, but we're doing studio. I know
it's studio. Yep. And being with that Walk Among Us, which, take it away, John. What do we think about this?
Let's see. I just did a lot of research on this one.
Yeah,
I was just doing it, but like most of my notes are just like research. I did listen to the albums, everyone. Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
And I'll be honest, I've never heard this album. I had Static Age, but I kind of threw it off to the side years ago. This one and Wolf's Blood, I've never listened to. So this is the first time for me, just as the first time for you. I've heard of them. I just never wanted to go down that path for some reason.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like with the album cover being different colors a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And let's see if I got
the... Keeping the horror theme, green and purple and orange and, Halloween colors. I mean, let's just face it, they're Halloween.
Pink and white is not Halloween, though.
No, that is...
No, that was a thing that apparently the record label did.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be, what, black and red and orange or something?
Yeah.
And Danzig was like, seriously, guys, what the fuck is the matter with you? Oh, there's my one. There's my...
we should have a counter. Bing.
Oh, we're at PG-13 already.
F counter on the side says that's number one.
Oh man, I gotta find it. Good grief.
So Walk Among Us to me shows a progression from the first, which is Static, to this, that you feel like, okay, the songs they sung in Static, but they still look normal. Now they're dressing the part of what they're singing. Now they're doing the theatrics. of it, like being the Devil Locks. They really got into the characters now, and I feel like the
Well,
vocals
yeah, that was
kind of
something they
showed it.
came up with too. That Devil Locks. That was.
Yeah, yeah, being with that.
I feel like the songs on this album were really repetitive.
It can.
It
That's
can
kind of,
be.
it's one of those punk rock downfalls. That's the con of punk rock sometimes.
Yep, I know. I was, and again, I was, I was actually for around Violent World.
Oh yeah.
I just started counting, and the crash is always on one.
Simplicity is punk. That's what
It was
exactly it
always
is.
on one because it was still 4/4, but it was like eighth notes. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, and on that one is the crash, and it's for the whole
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. It very, very repetitive. And you're like, okay, is the song over, or are we going
And
to
it's
go
only
into
a
a
minute.
transition?
It's only a minute and 46
That's
seconds long.
yeah.
but-
I get why most of the punk rock songs are under 2 minutes because
No filler. Straight ahead. It's a bullet. There's no veering off. It's I think the vocals are the change you have in the song because you're
Yeah.
listening to a monotone music, but the vocals behind is the change of it. What's the word I'm looking for? Um uh the filler.
the
That
variation.
yeah,
flavor.
that's the filler of the song because they're just playing straight punk because they couldn't play nothing different. They didn't want to. They don't want to be
Yeah.
progressive,
And they have the one live song on there, "Mommy, Can I Go
Oh,
Out and Kill Tonight?"
yeah, yeah. Cool song titles,
It's a
though. I
cool
mean, you
song.
have to
Yeah, I
admit,
mean,
every song title's awesome in my book. Really cool. I feel like this is where they kind of blended, um, like horror of life and the horror of movies. Like Mommy Can I Go Kill Tonight, Violent World, you know what I mean? All Hell Breaks Loose. Kind of
Astros
has
Buzz.
life in general, and then you have the movie in general. Or Vampira is, I think, a comic book, but I think it was a movie at the time. Dealing with that, so
What?
Vampira,
Yeah, it was a movie, I think.
I think it was too. I knew it was comic book, but yeah. Where are we putting this, John?
Um, I mean, it's.
What did you give it, Shannon? Out of 10? Okay.
4.
4,
Gotcha. Okay.
which puts it
No.
again in meh.
Meh.
Yeah.
I gave it a 7.
I did. I gave it like a 6.57, depending on the situation.
Yeah,
I will glance on this part. Production is better.
It
Means
is a
the
little
world
better.
difference when you get better production. When you hear clearer things, makes the song not in tin can, as we all say, right? It makes a world of difference. That's why I like Famous Monsters. I feel like the production there is like top notch with the guitars ripping, but it's I guess that influences me a little bit too. But
Well, and again, I mean, you're talking.
yeah, leaps and bounds from
Leaps
like
and bounds.
20 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
Technology's
you're
different.
talking. This album came out in '82.
Yeah. Things are a little
And-
different. And
And
money.
Famous Monsters was '97. That's 15 years of technology.
Yeah. It sounds like it's a lawnmower. Is this
Yeah,
a lawnmower
it's
for
a
you?
high lawnmower for me, I'd say.
Okay. It makes being a 7 sounds like it's a lawnmower for you, whatever. It's a lawnmower for me too. It's a high lawnmower also. It was nice to listen to it, kind of understand um where people are listening and where they're coming from. And also too, this is kind of really the start of Glenn Danzig, Doyle Von Frankenstein, and Jerry Only, like the trio that's always been
Mhm.
there, right? They got revolving drummers. It's like the Spinal Tap
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Revolving drummers in its own way. So
Yeah. Wasn't. Oh no, that was. Never mind. We haven't got there yet.
Dr. Chud
Dr. Chud
was on 2 albums, so he
Yeah.
is the longest of any drummer on the albums or whatever. Being with that.
Got 2.
Yeah. Static Age.
Static Age.
I I have a soft spot for a lot of uh first albums. I feel you have your whole life to write your first album. I would give this a 6 out of 10. I feel like it is a lawnmower. I do feel like a lot of these songs could have been better if they had more time and more money for the have situation and better production.
Well, they only had 30 hours in the studio, and
Uh, yeah,
that was only because Danzig was like, "Hey, sure, I'll give you guys my record label name,
yeah, playing nine or no,
Blank
blank, yeah, blank. That's
Blank
right for more
Records."
time. Um, I I do.
Sure, Mercury Records. Here you go.
Yeah,
Where's
yeah, yeah,
Mercury
yeah,
Records at now?
yeah. Where is it? Um, this is only with Danzig and Jerry. They started the band with two other people, right?
Yep.
So Doyle wasn't even part of.
Or Mr. Jim.
Yes, Mr. Jim
Mr. Jim on the
and
drums.
Franchi Coma or something.
Something like that on the guitar.
Yeah.
Didn't he quit like in the middle of like
Yes.
touring Canada?
That's right. That's right, baby. That's right.
And then the other guy just quit after the tour. So
Yeah. I feel like this is them just writing to what they like, with horror movies, but really it's not really only a couple songs are horror based. A lot of it has to do with life in general, like Static Age, TV Casualty, Some Kind of Hate, Last Caress. I mean, the only two songs I can think are horror are Return of the Fly,
which is
the,
named after that movie.
yeah, Theme for a Jackal, and that's it. I mean, all the rest are kind of came up, whatever they had, the quality though, that's the problem that makes me give it a 6. I would give it a 7, have better production, but it's a low lawnmower for me.
And last Caress, like I don't remember the last time Metallica actually played it, but I know through probably 80s and 90s they played Last Caress and like Am I Evil kind of back to back.
Yeah.
Am I Evil's Diamond Head for those that are
New Waba. New wave of British heavy metal. That's the Iron Maiden, and
that's a whole nother.
That's a whole fuck. I don't have enough time to talk about it.
Yeah, we don't have that's
We'll get there,
another show.
We'll
One
get
day.
there. We'll get there.
We'll get to there.
One day.
That's the other part of thrash is
the new wave of British heavy metal. Yep.
That's what they did. So
Yep.
Shannon, what did you think about?
Yeah, I gave it an arbitrary 6 out of 10.
Okay, you thought the same.
So that was the lawnmower, and it was such a short album too that like I kind of didn't know what was happening to me until it was done.
I'll
and
say
then I was like, oh, okay.
Glenn Danzig makes that album good for me.
I do feel like the tin cannedness of it just added some character to the album that I feel like the others didn't have as much of.
They play it's that punk rock thing. A lot of punk rock albums back then were like that. Very, very much. They didn't want the big production. They wanted frantic and just
raw.
Very raw. Very, very raw. I think they did, a very good job of it.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Now, being with that, let's talk about the logo of the Misfits. Can we say the logo is bigger than the band itself? Like,
yes.
Like,
yeah.
I used to have a Misfits shirt until I outgrew it. Like, just the face of it.
I did too. I actually had, and it was like a really cool, like it glowed in the dark.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And I decided that I didn't really like, I was that like at that time because it was like, oh, Misfits, because I was, huge Metallica fan. Duh.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh, they do Misfits. I didn't really know much about the Misfits when I got it. And I was like, well, I don't want to be a trendy guy.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So I ended up like a friend of mine was like way bigger into them than I was, and I was like, "Hey, dude, you just want this?" And he's like, "Hell yeah, man!" So
Oh,
I gave him my glow in the dark Misfits shirt.
you added to the spreading the word of Misfits. You were helping a brother out, man. That's what you're
I
doing.
was, and believe me, he wore that shirt all the time.
Can we say this is a personal preference? Maybe you'll agree that their logo is no different than Kiss itself selling itself. Like the merchandise is
Oh
unreal.
yeah, 100%.
They make the best shirts, the coolest, except the one that's on there called Project 1950s. The cover of their albums are really cool too. I think they're
Yeah.
really good. Um,
Well, clearly they got a different artist to do the Project 1950,
yeah, evidently.
which is a guy named Tony Squindo who did some artwork for Metallica.
Well, that makes
I don't
sense.
know which ones, but kind of in that same style, like that kind of skater punk kind of
Yeah.
whatever that
Misfits
is.
is kind of one of those labels where it's no different than somebody having a Nirvana shirt to
Right.
me, where they just wear it because it's like, oh, you have a Misfits shirt. What album you like?
To
I
be
mean, I
fair, I
To be
think Hot
fair,
Topic, to
to be
be
fair,
fair,
to be fair,
to be fair,
I think Hot Topic kind of ruined the
100%.
wearing a band shirt because you actually know the band. Because a lot of
yeah.
people would just walk into that store and just be like, "Oh, that looks really
Oh,
cool. I'm
that
gonna
looks
buy it."
cool. Yeah,
Because
Which is
I've
true.
definitely
I mean,
walked.
it is
I
pretty
yeah,
cool.
I've definitely walked up to people. I'm like, "Oh, that band's great," and they're like, "I don't. I thought the Kraken on it was neat," and I'm like, "Oh,
Oh,
oh well, now this is awkward.
alrighty then."
yeah. Which shows the power of logos. Shows the power of everything. Which I feel like we need to get into that a lot of times with these bands because I feel like Megadeth, Metallica, and all these bands, the logo captures people's eyes to begin
It certainly does. And like I don't want to like I've been a gatekeeper for a long time,
with. I feel
and
like metal does that to people.
yeah,
Makes you a
and
gatekeeper.
it's like an
Don't be
unconscious
that
or
guy.
subconscious thing.
Don't
Don't
be
be.
that guy.
Well, no, but like
It's hard not to.
it's hard not to, but
It really is.
at the same time, I want to like kind of take that kid aside and be like,
Look at this.
okay, let me tell you about what you're wearing.
Back in my day.
It's like, it's like you knock on the door. Do you have a couple of minutes? Let me tell you about the band you're wearing.
Yes. That's what we should do.
Do you have a minute to talk
Excuse me.
about?
The metal that should be rejoicing in your soul right now.
Do you have a few minutes? Talk about
Dude,
metal.
we'll talk later. We'll talk later about that. But first,
Project 1950. That's mine, isn't it?
no,
Also,
that is
just
Shannon's.
I
Oh,
would
is it?
really
Okay.
quick,
All right.
just going back to like the "Don't be a gatekeeper."
Sure.
And this is talking about our beloved band Metallica
Okay.
when they did Master of Puppets on Stranger Things. You had a bunch of people that were like, "Oh man, like sorry Metallica for all your like new fans that are jumping on just because of Stranger Things."
They loved it.
And Metallica literally came out and they're like, "Hey man, if you liked that, check out our other stuff. There's going to be stuff you're going to like. We're glad you're here." So, I just thought that was super awesome and
You
I
know,
appreciated it.
and I will jump on that. Metallica used to be gatekeepers for themselves too. They were very
Yep.
stubborn where what their first their first time giving a soundtrack to a movie because the people wanted them to be on their soundtrack so much was Mission Impossible 2. It took them that long. Megadeth was very open to doing movies soundtracks back in the day, which is shocker. 1989, No More Mr. Nice Guy. They were doing it way back in the day. So Metallica you're right about the gatekeeping part with the fans, but they were their own gatekeepers for a very long time. Now they're better. They are like
They're way better on
way better with their music.
And
They very
actually,
hold on, you know. Stuff like that.
technically, I mean, I know
Shannon learned about
in the South
gatekeeping.
Park movie,
Again.
in the South
Suddenly
Park
this
movie,
became the Metallica hour again.
Yeah, I know, right?
That
The
is Dream
Dream Theater
Theater.
and
Let's keep
Metallica.
it
It
two.
always goes to the
it's
two.
those two. It always comes
That's
back
right.
to those two.
That's right.
But in the South Park movie, as we all know,
when he was going down to HE double hockey sticks.
When Kenny's going down there, that's James Hetfield singing.
Yes, it was.
But he went uncredited because of whatever reason.
He was just helping, yeah.
He was just helping out, and he, I guess, again, you know his voice, so you're like, hey,
I know. Yeah, what you doing? I know. Which let's get into Project 1950, which opens up with the third different variation of the Misfits, with Jerry only being the vocalist, the very singer, because he didn't want to deal with other stuff. Misfits' name has been in courts and battles and
for a long time.
Long time. It's been a whirlwind. Take time to read up on that, and maybe I'll jump into it a little bit. But this intuition was where, after Famous Monsters, Michael Graves was fired, Dr. Chubb was fired.
Left.
One of the two. Yeah.
One of the two.
His brother left. He got tired of it too. And Jerry only years later wanted to get back. We're talking from 99 to 2003. 4 years. Jerry's like, well, I'll do a cover album of 1950s, right? So, Shannon?
So I do not research anything. Okay. I do nothing but listen to the albums when I come in on this.
And I like that.
I'm gonna take you on a short little journey.
Which are punk rock. It's very short.
Tiny journey that I went on.
Okay.
With this album. The first song, This Magic Moment.
Mm-hmm.
And my response is nope. Nope. Don't like that. And then I realized that the album was all covers.
Yeah.
And not for me.
You know, it peaked on the US Billboard chart at 133.
I mean, it's all covers, so like I'm not entirely surprised, but I really feel like this album is for more into like your diehard Misfit fans. Because as someone who knew all of these songs in their original form, like I like them better that way. But I do think that the guy's vocals lended themselves very well to that style in kind of like trying to blend
like a newer version of the 50s like kind 60s of, vocals.
Yeah, like I think I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. To me, it was a dumpster fire. It was a 2 out of 10. Like I could not listen to this again.
I have to agree. It's hard to listen to. That was the only album I'm like, I understand you like the 50s and 60s because they grew up in the 50s and 60s, and you kind of use that for your basis of the Misfits, which is doing 50s music, but in a punk rock form. That was their stitch, their niche. That Glenn Danzig sounded like kind of like Elvis in his own way, you know, with his bluesy voice lended to that type of, that made them stick out. They're like, oh man, he's not screaming, he's like, hey, you know, like trying to be very cool and whatever, you know, like Elvis Presley, let's just go with that. It is a dumpster. I wanted to like the album, I just could not. Sad day for Misfits fans. Sorry.
I don't know. Again, I think for Misfit fans, this would be like
no.
Like I think this is for like the diehard.
No, I truly believe this should have been a side project. We have situations like this. this should have been a side project, just like Megadeth's, System has failed. That should have been a side project. This is definitely should have been a side project. And I think I would have appreciated it more, but when you name it Misfits, I expect a certain level of musicianship, notoriety of horror movies, and like placements of songs. When you do a cover album,
bring in some kind of horror elements to these songs, like make this magic moment about someone getting their intestines pulled
don't
out or something. I don't know. Someone getting a Colombian
spinal remains.
necktie, like that, I know.
Yeah, I just have a problem with that.
I mean,
Did you love it, John? Was it your favorite thing
Shut
ever?
up. No
it
way.
was not my favorite thing ever.
But you
I
didn't think
did
it's a
like
dumpster
it.
fire.
I feel like it was a side project. It's mislabeled.
I feel like if they pulled one of the songs and made it a bonus song and like Famous Monsters, I would have been cool with it. Like, oh, cool. Okay. Kind of. But you could tell with the playing ability, it wasn't going to be because
It wasn't and because you have you have Marky Ramone playing the drums,
which we talked about the Ramones, which we know how he plays, and he plays very, very well. And Den's
for the original 10, and then the 3 extra expansion tracks was another guy that was on the next album, and even the guitar player was somebody different. So technically it was a Jerry only side project, but he decided to name it Misfits for whatever reason. And that's a big misstep.
Very big misstep. And I'm wondering if
But I know there was like, because didn't he have like, when we go through the legal stuff, like he had an agreement with Glenn Danzig about doing like Danzig got like 50% on the merch.
Yeah, something like
But
that.
he could still use it. So Jerry only got the other 50%, and then he could use the name for performance.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird situation.
It's a weird. It's a weird.
And this is where we
Glenn
come
Danzig
into
is an interesting negotiator.
So Glenn Danzig actually had copyrights to the name, and when he left the band to go farm Sam Hang
or Samhain, whichever.
Samhain, yeah, if you're
according to him, both pronunciations are
Sam
correct.
Hang or Samhain. That the name they were able to use it, but he had to get proceeds from the name. So it's always been a problem, which they finally figured it out years ago because all 3 of them got back together with Dave Lombardo to be at the Las Vegas residency, and they had 2 big Halloween shows, and heard were really, really good. But the name has always been in courts. It's always been a problem. Money is the root of all evil, right?
Yep,
that's what happens. Notoriety too, because you got 2 powerhouses, Jerry only and Danzig. They think they're king of you know what mountain. You know what I mean? See, kid friendly show. I'm being nice.
Technically, we're at PG-13 because
we are. Thanks, John.
Sorry.
The one I could label it kid friendly because technically it's been, but I'm not going to do that. We are going to John. Is this you? No,
I don't know. Yeah, probably.
This is you because Shannon was 1950s.
Correct.
Which is the reformation of the Misfits for the second time, American Psycho. With Michael Graves and Dr. Chud, new members coming on. This is the rebirth from their last album, which was in 83. This is 97. So we're talking a 14-year gap. Wow. That's a long time.
Long time.
Very long time. Johnny boy, what do you got for me?
Again, this one is more metal and less punk, I guess. I think it's interesting that there is a track on this album called Walk Among Us.
Yes.
And not on the Walk Among Us album, but hey,
yeah, well, better late than never.
It was named after the same movie from 1956, The Creature Walks Among Us.
That's right. Which this Billboard 117 hit the Billboard 200 and 117, which is pretty cool. To come back 14 years, I bet you this had a very high, like, you know what I mean, anticipation.
Yeah. Well, and they originally wanted to call it Dead King's Rise or Dead King Rise. Either way, like, hey,
Hey. Okay. I'm picking up. I'm picking up now. What you putting down?
Yeah, but apparently that track did not get on the album, so they're like, well, we'll just do it as a bonus track later at some point, eventually, maybe. Think about it.
And see, after 14 years, this album, after all that court and all that stuff, Danzig and Jerry Only, and probably his brother too, gained the rights to it. And the first thing they did was let's put out an album. Like not even a year later, they were already ready to go, with it and everything. So what do you think?
Again, I still don't I don't know what it is about Michael Graves' voice. I just don't like it.
I will say I don't like this album with him more than Famous Monsters. I think he did a better job singing on Famous Monsters than this. Because I feel like he tried to be a little bit of Danzig in some way too. And I didn't like that. He had his own version, but I feel like he tried to do too much of that Elvis
you can't, stuff. No one can Danzig but Danzig, so.
And I will say, I got a friend, he hates Danzig. He's like, he's the worst singer ever.
So the only song I will turn off with Danzig is Mother. I cannot.
It's overplayed.
It's overplayed. It's overplayed, and just the
mother tell your children. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people. I heard somebody talking about that song, and they're like, "Yeah, that guy sings Mother." I'm like, "Oh God." I didn't say nothing. I was
he's like, there's so many other songs that he has. Why is it that one? But that's the one. Like
that's their hit. That's their hit.
I know it. It's
that's their hit. Yeah. So what are we putting this at, John?
I mean, it's got the arbitrary 6.
That's what I put it as too.
I give this
6 out of 10.
I give it a 7. I enjoy it a little bit better. I will say that they have a I don't know if you guys want to go down the albums or whatever. If you go to compilation albums and you go from 2001, Cuts from the Crypt, they have the Unbottled sorry, my nose. Dr. Phibes, the Unbottled Dr. Phibes, the opening track where they just did a minute long. They have the real version of that song that's like 6-7 minutes. It is a killer. If you listen to that song, you can understand why they cut out the song because it was straight up metal. It was heavy, thrash. You're like, oh, this album's going to be that way. If you listen to that song and listen to the rest, you're like, that doesn't fit. I understand why they took it out. It's a great song, though. Do yourself a favor, listen to it. It's really, really good. I couldn't find it on Apple Music, though. I might have to download it for you guys or something.
What is it?
Tales from the Crypt, or is it something from the Crypt compilation? Cuts from the Crypt.
Oh,
yeah, it's 2001. I'll get it for you guys. It's worth it. It's really cool because they got some demos and stuff. But with this album, I gave it a 7. I feel like it was a good start. It was a good restart. A good shows where they're at with okay, let's throw a little bit of metal in it in its own way. We're maybe not metal, but maybe tuning different, a little heavier, a little more cuts through the sound.
Yeah,
You
there's a
know,
little more distortion, I guess,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah, yeah. And Doyle's playing is so the playing ability of him. Even I know punk rock is a couple chords, but man, that dude throws his whole body into the music. He's really, really good. I'm not saying Jerry's not good, but
Right.
his brother's super good. Freaking huge too. Man, that dude can crush.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's a big dude. He is
So is
stout.
Danzig. Danzig's a big guy too.
Yeah, he is, but he's old now.
Yeah,
I can take him.
sure you can.
Sure, I can. All right, arbitrary six.
Yeah.
Lawnmower.
Yep.
We got to walk among us and static gauge. Where's it going to go?
I'm gonna put it behind Static Age.
Wow, it's a low lawnmower. Okay, okay. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay.
Are you? Are you
No,
with me?
no. I would probably put it in high lawnmower, maybe low bitchin', depending on the day. I do like Michael Graves. I think he added to that group a lot better. I think he had too many button heads in that, wanted this is my band. It's like, all right, Jerry only already just has a situation with that stuff. He wants to be king of everything, and that's why
Maybe
him
he's
and
not.
Danzig had problems, right?
Yep,
You know what I mean? So,
sure. There's
um,
always
I,
one, isn't there?
it's always one. You're right about that one. I have to say this is the best Danzig album with the Misfits. Blood, right? Wolf's Blood,
Earth AD,
Earth
Wolf's
AD, and
Blood. Yeah.
I believe this is their best. I do give this like a 6.5, 7, depending on when I'm listening to it. It started as a 7, it kind of went to a 6.5. I think it's a. I know it's going to be funny to say. I think it's a bitchin' album for being with Danzig in the last one, and this that the
And it being 14 minutes long.
yeah, I hear you. Um, I
But
think
that
they
was
packaged it very well. I thought
yeah,
it was
you had one side was Earth AD, then the other
yep.
side was Wolf's Blood.
Maybe not. Maybe like take that back. Maybe not high, low bitch, and maybe high lawnmower. I'm going to put in high lawnmower. Um, I I have a weak, like I said, I have a weak spot for older stuff because I know with technology and stuff, you try to look past like it sounds like a tin can. Yeah, but I bet you if it's live, it rips. And you're like, no, you listen to the album, it's the album, not what you think is the band out and so. It's the album. And I'll give it high lawnmower. I did listen to it again out of
So
Danzig stuff at least twice, 3 times.
yeah, I was listening to it again, and the was it Bloodfest and
Yep.
Death Comes Ripping were actually supposed to be for the Sam Hain Salvin, however you want to pronounce it. Both are correct. We've been over that.
Yes.
But he brought those to the Misfits as like a last ditch effort
To keep
to
it.
to keep the band together. And so this is yeah, it was something. And then
It was something.
it was something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they added, I guess, like Die Die My Darling was supposed to be a single like
Yep.
in 84
Yep.
with Mommy Can I Go Out and Kill Tonight
That's
and
right.
We Might. So that made
Yeah.
the album 20 minutes instead of 14 and a half.
That's true. Hey, I could appreciate it being 14 minutes. I mean,
No,
that's pretty right to
hey,
the point. I don't know
it,
how much more punk rock you could
you
be.
can you got 9 songs at 14 and a half minutes. I mean, that's
That's right. Shannon, I think you gave it a 6, though. I think you gave it a 6.
Jam, I need you to do your documentary voice for me.
Okay.
And just be like, it was at this moment that Shannon realized this band was not for her.
Okay. It was at this moment that Shannon realized the Misfits are not for her.
No.
Not for me. So third album in, I was like, this band is not for me.
Yeah.
It was 4 out of 10. It was meh. Like I
Yeah.
just, even at 14 minutes, I'm just like, I don't care about any of this.
I really don't care.
I'm with you. I think out of the Danzig ones, this was the best one.
It was. It kind of
like it just had it had the speed and the raw, just like I want to run through a wall.
Yep.
Listening to this stuff.
The whole album could have been played live and everybody would have loved every minute of it. Like it was punk rock to the,
I don't know. I'm sure there's live versions of it on the Misfits box set or something.
Yeah. Which, I mean, they've had a lot of box sets.
Like, oh my gosh.
That's another merchandise, and they got just box sets of different stuff,
unreleased things.
People love that stuff.
And
yeah, when we got the Misfits, I thought, because I knew of them and I had seen their stuff everywhere, I thought this was going to be another like dozen plus album band, because
you figure
I've seen them everywhere.
Yep.
7. That threw me. Yeah.
Yep.
Which leads us into the very last album, Misfits. Jerry Only, again, being the singer.
And the other guys from the 1950 project.
Dez.
Car somebody, and
Cadilla.
El Chupacabra on the drums.
Yes, which is the guy who did the drums in the 1950s for those 3 songs.
Yes.
He's the guy that did that. Yes. So they stayed together, and we are at the Devil's Reign. That happened in 2011, which is another big break from
2099. 2099.
Yeah, 2000. Yeah.
Spider-Man 2099.
Man, you're way ahead. We're still doing this too. Shit.
We're still here.
In our diapers in bed, pooping on ourselves. Yes. Some of us will be.
Some of us may not be here.
Not it.
Maybe I'll be in one of those, like,
cryo.
You'll be a brain in a jar.
Yeah, like Richard Nixon in Futurama.
Yep.
That's right. Shannon, what do we think about this last album?
I don't know. 4 out of 10. That's literally my note.
You like?
I don't know. 4 out of 10. Like, I don't know.
I feel like Misfits pissed you off, like really, really bad.
They didn't.
They wasted your life.
It's like they stole your lunch money from you.
They did.
They stole my life.
Listen, this is time that I will never get back.
Wow. You know what I mean? That's heavy. That is heavy.
Wow. That man.
Wow.
And I hoped, because for the first probably like 3 albums, I was shoveling the 2 feet of snow off of my porch and like walkway. And I thought it would help like fuel me to like do a better job, and I just hated everything so much more, and it did not help.
You were really setting the bar high for them, weren't you?
I guess so.
I think you set the bar really, really high.
And I even, because I had started, right? So like I started with the first, because they're so quick. Usually I try not to listen to albums back to back.
Give it time, sure.
They were so quick, and I'm sitting there shoveling, whatever. So 3 albums, and I was like, okay, I think I'm being unfair. I'm gonna not like I'm gonna give it a little bit of time, and then I'm gonna come back to the other albums, right? And it still didn't.
No.
It didn't help. So this is just
Where
not my vibes.
where are we putting the last album, Shannon?
For me, it'd be meh.
Okay. Is it
Above
better?
Famous Monster, below. I don't care. I like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I feel real
Like,
feelings through this. This
Wow.
is not your feelings. This is your feelings. Like this is
this is on my
is
feet. Everything is
heavy.
always on my little feelies. My little feelies were not about the Misfits. And I know that they're important. I can't get on board with them. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to disagree with you not liking them because every band for everybody has hit or misses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it just happens. And it's not your fault not to like them, and don't feel like you're losing out. You tried. You did. You tried. And see, that's the
That's the
everybody.
whole point of this show.
This is the PSA of the public service announcement. That's what the show's about. And you just proved that coming from a state of mind where you're at with the music you listen to, this doesn't fit. This is not your it's not your jelly to your peanut butter, right?
Definitely not.
This is like mayonnaise to your strawberry jam. Ugh, you don't like it.
Like mold. This is like borderline moldy bread, which could kill me. So you know what I mean? Like
You hear that, Misfits? Moldy bread. Wow, that's a hurtful. That's worse than cussing.
Like that. It's just I don't. It's just what like I think about after I listen to all the albums too. I think about like okay, if I'm in the car with somebody and they're like, oh hey, let's listen to this band that we've just been covering for the show, right? I'm like, what is my gut reaction to that? And if someone were to be like, hey, let's listen to the Misfits, I was like, can we please listen to anything else? Like,
And that's a fact.
that's just, yeah.
Well, it's one of those things too. You are the first time listener, right? You are that niche where first time listening. I bet you a lot of people probably felt that way when they listened to it. And I will say, I think it's the time frame. Like you're listening to it in 2026. I'm wondering if you were this age, sorry, maybe 20 years old in 80s, late or early 80s when it first came out, you'd be like, oh man, it's like a revolution during the time. We've been jaded with the music nowadays because of what you listen to. I mean, technically, if you think about it, your music starts early 2000s for you.
And with like technology and stuff too.
Correct. Yeah. So it's one of those. I appreciate what you think about it because there are a lot of people that think that way too. They're like, I don't understand what's so great about the Misfits. That's why I talk about the logo. I feel like the logo overshadows the music a lot, and it's helped them for what it is because they can quit playing music. They didn't have to come out with Devil's Reign. Their merchandise will live on forever.
You know what's funny? I was going through in my research.
Okay.
There's a guy, and I will give him credit. The guy's name is Matt Cole from Slant Magazine.
Okay. Shout out Matt Cole.
And this is I'm quoting him here. It says, on a scale of winger to slayer.
Okay. Winger.
And we're talking about Devil's Reign here.
Yes.
This album rocks at about Scorpions. And that just made me laugh out loud. That was like,
oh, Shannon doesn't understand. Winger is take time to look up Winger. You'll understand Winger to Slayer. There's a huge
gap.
Huge gap. Scorpions are right in the middle esque. Kind of.
It's kind of like a 1 to 10.
I mean, I gathered that much.
Yeah.
I
Winger is
I
like
didn't
a negative
understand
20.
more like the where was Scorpion in this.
Scorpions.
Which we could kind of think.
Scorpions.
We can kind of thank Metallica for tanking Winger.
Yes. There's a lot of background to that.
There's a lot. That's another.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just thought it was funny.
All right. We are done rating these bands, albums, Misfits, albums. Now, my favorite part of the show, time to decide where they go for real. I'm kidding. This is where we can make changes if we don't agree on one of the albums, and you may say your piece of why you're changing it. If you don't want to change nothing, you don't have to. Democracy runs wild, and we do what we want. Now, don't we?
Yes, we do.
I will go first this time.
Well,
I'll go first.
Well, how about that?
I wonder what he's going to do.
Okay. All right. Shannon, you go first.
Oh, I don't care enough about this band.
See what I mean?
So
what's the point?
Wow.
You just wanted to point your finger. See?
No, I just
Wow.
want to say I know that you're gonna move Walk Among Us. I'm gonna say just to bitching, right? Wait, not Walk Among Us. Sorry, Famous Monsters. Famous Monsters. Is that the one?
Yes.
That's the one that's
Damn
gonna
it,
go
I'll
up to
do it
bitchin'.
now. It's bitching.
Yeah.
It's not. It's very close to shredding. If I could put it in the middle, some days I feel like, man, this album fucking rips. Like I love listening to this album over again. That's how much I really like it. But
I may have to give it another listen. I think the vote, like I said, when I heard the vocals, I was like, ugh, I miss Danzig. I do. I mean, it just like
I just believe when you listen to American Psycho and Famous Monsters, those are written for the Misfits, but I feel like they were written for Michael Graves' style compared to Danzig style was the doo-wop 50s style. They don't really do the doo-wop 50s anymore. They're back to it though, because Jerry Only kind of sounds like Danzig in some way, like has that old soul feel to him.
I mean, I can see that, I guess.
And see, when they did the 50s project, I was like, okay, you're trying to feel the old Misfits, and then Devil's Reign was like, it's a mixture. Devil's Reign's a mixture of Danzig with the newer style, the metal version.
Yeah, I was trying to. I think one of the what I wrote down too. I said Jerry tries, but no
quotations. Tries.
That's my quote. He tries to bring it back, but it's not.
He tries.
It's not the same.
He tries.
Yeah.
All right, John. Are you moving anything?
No. I think it's good. I mean, if I were to move anything,
I mean, you can move what I did and move it somewhere else. You are allowed to do that. You can do that if you want. Up to you.
If I
That's
were
the rule, right?
That's the rule. I think I will move just to fuck with Shannon. Now we're in rated R. What do we got? What is the high lawnmower there? Is that Earth's Blood?
Wolf. Yeah, Earth AD.
Yeah, let's move that up behind Famous Monsters.
Okay. Oh man, I love this so much. This is my favorite show. This is my favorite one. This is really good.
All right, I gotta balance it out a little bit. Let's take Walk Among Us and move it down to math.
Is it better than?
I don't care.
It's better than Devil's Reign. It's better.
We just have to even this out a little bit more because y'all putting too many things in bitchin'. That should not be there.
We just wanted to make it symmetrical.
And I just gotta get the symmetry going because it's just a little. Just tip it down a little bit more because that's it's too many things, and
I'll be
it's hitting
honest,
it in the
like
eyes.
between Famous Monsters and American Psycho, that's the only two albums I really listened to the Misfits ever. I don't care about Danzig Time. I respect it. Don't care for it. I really don't. I feel like it's a very under. I just don't care for it. The newer stuff just has that metal side that I really enjoy, and that's you know. Hell, I'm gonna listen to Famous Monsters tomorrow when I go to work. I did today. I was like, oh man, let me listen to that because man, it sounds good in the car. Man, when I crank it up in the truck, whew, it's awesome. The production is great. I will say this before they end the show. If I had one sentence to describe the Misfits, which I think you guys are going to probably agree to this, the Misfits are when you take 1950s horror movies, Halloween, breakneck punk rock, and formed a band. That's the Misfits. And I think that's the reason I do like them a lot too, is the Halloween part of it too. It's my favorite holiday. So I have a little keen respect for them and that idea. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think they're a lawnmower band, to be honest. They can
Yeah.
be just a lawnmower band. I think their logo overshadows their music, which good thing they did because they ain't going to make much money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're millionaires because of that logo. I really
And
truly
I
believe
think that
that.
tells you everything you need to know about the band.
It shows that logos are
If
very
your logo
powerful.
is better than the band itself.
Yeah, I don't know. I I guess it's also one of those things too that I wish I grew up in that realm to really fully appreciate the music maybe a little bit more, especially the Danzig era because it was different. But I'm that little kid that likes to go break glass with a rock, and I feel like Famous Monsters does that for me. Tickles my funny bones in some way. All right, guys. Any last words about the Misfits for you? I feel like Shannon said enough.
I,
John, what do you think?
well, again, when it's something that you're not uh, overly familiar with, you have to give it a little more time.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have to give it, multiple listens, and sometimes it may not. You just you just won't like it. So
You
I don't know if they're in that category where you like them or you don't, where or if it's like, oh, I mean, I can pick out a couple albums or I can pick out a few songs from here and there that I like or that I've heard somebody cover.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. And I think that plays a part too because when they did covers of his songs, it brought popularity for them too. I feel like that was another if they didn't have that, I think their popularity would be a little bit less. But you got those bands that liked them and covered them. You figure they made a lot of money off of Metallica covering
oh
them.
my gosh, of course they did. Garage Days with Last
Yeah,
Caress and Green Hell, and then Garage
yeah.
Inc. with Die Die My Darling.
I understand the legacy of Misfits. I feel like maybe it's a little overdrawn though. I feel like it was embellished a little bit too much, aka the logo,
Yeah.
the merchandise. Because having 7 albums in 40 years of music, not much. Just saying. Um,
Yeah.
which brings us into our next band that we are going to be doing here in the next 2 weeks. It's going to be John. Who is it?
It's Typo Negative, I believe,
Typo Negative. We are
who
going.
also have 7 albums,
Yes, they do.
but for
They're
a different reason, though.
yes,
Lucky number 7.
lucky number 7. But there's a reason why we did it because in March and April we're going to be doing 2 bands that's going to take part twos for both bands because we're not going to stress ourselves to do so many albums in an hour. We're going to separate them. We'll let you know. You know who they are. If you read my board a couple of times, you would have figured it out, but you didn't. So too bad.
So too bad for you guys.
Yeah. All in all, Misfits, Lawnmower Band. I think we agree, or a little bit less.
Yeah. Oh, it was great while I was shoveling the driveway.
Sure. Time flew probably for you too. Not for Shannon though. It was torture.
Yeah.
it was
shoveling
torture.
the snow just that much worse.
Yeah.
Typo might be a little different for you.
Typo. We're going to be going down the goth realm. We're going from punk horror to goth metal.
Yeah.
In its own way.
I think that's about correct.
Yeah, which that will be our next episode. So look out for that probably within 2 weeks. Other than that, happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I don't know if that's a real holiday or not, but I guess I'll just go with it.
Not in my house.
None of this. Not in this house. All right, guys.
No, sir.
Goodbye, Internet. Bye.